We're going to do our first forage feeding, scatter feeding session right now for you guys. I have a bit of kibble here in the jar. Okay. What I want everyone to understand when we do this exercise is it's largely a hands-off exercise. We don't want to get our dogs super focused on us. They don't really look to us for direction during this. This is more of an independent exercise. This is more an exercise to build their own confidence and fulfill that forage feeding desire. Dogs are foragers. They come from canine lupus, right? Canid lupus. That is a forage feeding animal. They're now Canid domesticus. I understand that, but they still have those primal urges, guys, even though they're buried in there. So we need to focus on them. We need to fulfill them, or our dogs are going to be bored, unmotivated, and all around missing out on crucial elements to their mental well-being and overall, just daily fulfillment. So the exercise execution is rather simple. Since we are working on clicker training, we're going to have that again available. We're going to click. We're going to say our cue to begin the scatter feeding, the foraging session, simultaneously as we scatter the kibble. Now, this is a rather small area, I understand that, and there are 3 dogs here. They're going to find everything pretty easily, but you can increase the difficulty with this exercise. You can take it outside. You can scatter some things underneath things, right? On top of different surfaces that are okay for them to go on. Like out here, scatter some in the hay, scatter some on the cots, under the cots, in the ground. Okay, you can do this out in the grass when it's summer and it's nice. We got nice tall grass. Do it out there. It'll be a nice, fun little foraging session. They'll have to go through and, find their meal. So this is the working portion of those 3 methods of feeding, okay, that we should be doing every day. This is the working portion. Working portion is the most independent. Kind of let them do their thing. We'll click and we'll say our cue. What cue do you guys want? What cue do you guys want? Sometimes I say find it. It's probably the most common. I used to say feed, but it sounds a little bit close to free. Not that that's a bad thing, because freeing them is also letting them go about their business. Whatever you guys really want to use. But today, this is the first one. The word isn't really going to matter to them. They're not going to pay any attention to it because it's not a conditioned cue as of now. So click and start scattering. Some over here, some up on the cot. Like I said, some over on the hay is fun to dig through, sift through. Some easy stuff out in the middle. More on this cot. All around. Throw some underneath the cot. Okay. And we back off. And all we look for now is good and bad behavior. We move into an inactive training mode that we call free shaping. Free shaping means the dog is free to do as they please. They're not under command. But we are here with our clicker to shape good behavior that comes about inadvertently, not behavior that we shape. It's free shaping. So we allow the dog to do it and then we shape it. It can look like just being respectful like that, eating at a close spot and not being a bully to another dog can look good. We can free shape that. We can free shape them kind of gaining the courage to look different places. It's rather challenging for especially young dogs to want to go under things, on top of things, as you know, with the stairs at home. So if he starts to go on top of stuff like that, or underneath stuff, those are all good confidence building moments for a puppy. That little bit of exploration, good job, shows courage. So we mark and reinforce, right? Mark and reward. That reward in this situation is verbal. But look, we got 3 calm guys picking some kibble out of the hay. There's a bunch more over here they'll find in a moment, but this is a ideal forage feeding, scatter feeding session. Everyone is calm. No one is searching like a lunatic. No one is being a bully to anybody. And everyone is engaged in it. They're all actively eating. Now you're going to have to do the math because there's 3 out here, how much kibble they're really getting when, I'm going to have to do the math rather. This will be a lot easier for you guys at home with just Teddy because there you go. The food that you set aside is the food that he gets. But here, we take into consideration who's getting what, so I always supervise these sessions as I would at home and keep them encouraged. Like I said, when they find the cool ones up on the hay, when he jumped up like that, or if he finds a little bit more hidden one under there, I'm going to mark, good boy, good job. The mark is most important, right? Because that's the check mark saying the behavior that you're doing right now is great. And then you follow that up with a positive reinforcement that in terms of pay, which would be the vocal marker after that. And that can be anything. Just keep it high pitched so he'll know it's a reward. Good boy, good job, good boy, Teddy. Just a little cheerleader. But otherwise, we back off on this one, guys. Let them do their thing. Let them feel like they're in charge. They should feel like they're working for their meal right now. It's incredibly self-fulfilling. It gives them a sense of purpose, pride, motivation, all good things for the brain. So let them do it. Don't have to coach them. Hey, what's under here? That's going to move it back into an obedience exercise, which has its purpose, but it's not what we need. That would just be shaping. We're doing free shaping. Let him build the courage. Let him build the skills. Good boy. Mark that because he's got a tough time going up on stuff like stairs. Good job. There we go. Somebody found the stuff on top. This is how it should look. Nice and calm. This is also working on avoiding another really bad habit in some dogs, which is resource guarding. If you do a lot of scatter feeding, the resource is always available. It's not something that a dog deems worth guarding. So many benefits to forage feeding. Make it a part of your dog's daily life for prolonged success.